YouTube, it's David at JabTwo WinFinance doing another weekly update. We're going to go with episode 7. That's right, I'm going back in episodes because I'm going to I'm only going to call my weekly updates episodes. Everything else is just kind of noise, I guess. Now it's just easier to track my weeks and whatnot, so it's a little rewind on the episode count. I'm going to change it on my other titles for my videos that everyone's going to watch, I'm sure. So this is for week ending 11/2, November 2nd, 2018. Market did pretty good. I think it's on a recovery off after the dip there, or the correction, whatever everyone's calling it. I don't think the bears are back. There's a few indicators of why. Big one's unemployment. But it's fun watching people get scared. And I'm relatively new to this game, and I see it. I've been there. When I invested in an uneducated sense, I was scared before when this was happening. So I get it. Hey, I got a new mic. I got a blue snowball or something. It was $50, $60. And I still have the hum. I'm trying to get rid of the hum. I know it's there. I think I've doled everything else off. I don't think the mic really did much. I also downloaded a equalizer program for my PC. I'll show you that real quick. These are the settings I came up with. I just wish I could get that hum out, and I can't. But I'll figure it out. Maybe we'll have it out remedied by next week. If anyone knows or knows somebody that knows, I would definitely appreciate your input. My contact information is in the description. I think Facebook is probably the best bet. Everyone's got a Facebook account. Contact me on Messenger. That's like a direct text to me. My cell phone number is always changing, or I would put it out there. Plus, it's just not. I have Google Voice number too, so that's for all my business stuff. But anyhow, I've got a timer going, so I'm going to really try to keep this time down. So back to got the Facebook page going, and thanks everyone that came over from my regular Facebook that saw that I put it up, and I think I friend requested the ones that I thought would do it, and thank you. I only do a couple videos. I won't be obnoxious. I'm gonna definitely keep politics out of my financial Facebook page. So hopefully that's a bonus. And I'm just trying to give you guys good knowledge of what I'm coming up with. And of course, feel free to contact me on Messenger anytime. Back to Stash. I'm going back to Stash, guys. M1's awesome. I think it's the best platform out there for the passive investor that's just putting in, that's either investing for their retirement on a weekly basis, monthly basis, or bi-weekly basis, or whatever. M1 is still awesome. It's just that damn pie concept. I cannot, you can't. I wanted to buy Apple so bad this week when it was down around 208, even though I didn't have the money and I've already spent. What did I say last week? 1,700 in the month of October. So maybe it was a good thing, but I still want to be able to have the option of buying a single stock. And Stash does give you the option to buy single stocks at fractional shares, and it's a limited amount of stock that you can buy, but it's all the big heavy hitters, anyways. So take a look. I'm gonna put an affiliate link down below, so you get an extra $5-10. I don't know what they're doing now. If you sign up under it, save you some money, and throw some cash in my pocket. But yeah, I'm gonna be excited. I already made a buy just to get it going, and I just I want to have options. I'm gonna have my regular investment side with M1, and I want my options to run through Stash. Robinhood's full shares, so it's like, hey, if I wanted to, but I don't want to buy any of the FANG stocks, and I mean, really, I don't want to buy Amazon, but if I did want to, I don't want to, fork out the 1,700 or whatever it's at now, for a full share. I think Robinhood was the very first platform I started with way back when, and I don't know what I was buying then. I bought one that went bankrupt, so I was probably buying penny stocks. Anyways, so November's going to be kind of boring unless I can spice it up somehow, try to figure that out. As far as my numbers moving, these are the updated numbers. But I'm going to loan somebody $1,000, and I always say not to loan friends or family money and it's a Dave Ramsey concept. It ruins the relationship. But I have a friend that's in a lot of trouble, and yeah, I've already actually given this. I say don't loan money, but give money, and I've already given as much as I can. I've given a lot of money to this individual, and so I'm gonna do a $1,000 loan, $500 each paycheck coming up. I'm get paid this week and then 2 weeks from now. So I'm still gonna get my 700 in there. Minimum is 700 for me right now, even being in debt. This is gonna hurt, but we're gonna do it. Good, and I have this stock called Good. I put it in there. I earned 23 cents on it. Dividend Grinder is kind of big on it, and it's kind of fun. You get a monthly payout on it if you want to watch your dividends there for those that are into that. Just a little shout out to Good Dividend Grinder, I guess. So let's look at the main board here. I'm gonna try to call this the main board, not the big board, but not much has changed. I like looking at my overall loss. What I'm down is $664, and that's with reinvesting some earnings I had from previous years and whatnot. And I've explained that before, but this number is the big one. Well, this number right here is the big one. This $12,756. That's how much debt I got right now, and I'm trying to get that down. We were at 12,831 last week, so one way or another, I brought it down $75 or so. So that's good. No investing this week because I dropped it. Oh, and by the way, that was a good call on, not to toot my own horn, but that was a good call on dropping everything. You know, you're supposed to dollar cost average, but I just knew we were really at the bottom last week, or the previous week rather, and I dropped everything I could. What was it? October 25th, I think. And I dropped as much as I could that week, and that was a good call because I went back to the following week where I would have dollar cost average, and all my prices were up. So good call on that. So I didn't have any actual investing this week. I will, or this past week. I will this coming week. And that's that. Where are we at for time? It's probably gonna be like 10 minutes. Oh, of course you went down. Oh, 7 minutes, great. Let's see here. Let's roll. I'm gonna do this reveal here. Sorry, this chintzy. I was gonna work on this too and get a new format going, but I don't know. We'll just keep this for now. Cruise to debt page. So debt's a big thing with me, a big concept, a real big concept, and I'm trying to beat this 12,756. I'm gonna show you guys real quick where how I calculated. This is my debt snowball that I call. It's a Dave Ramsey concept. Not one of those crazy people about Dave Ramsey, but I do think he's kind of got it right. Some people get fanatical about it, and I understand why also, and I have been fanatical in the past about following his concepts, but they do work. This is the debt snowball. The other way of doing things is the debt avalanche, and you know, honestly, it's actually a mixture of a debt avalanche and snowball because I've got two debts. I'm actually going after a bigger debt than this one. This is the order of my debts, and yeah, that RV payment is larger, and I should be paying that other student loan off, but the interest rate is so much different. And more than anything, I'm trying to free up this RV payment so I can free up the RV and get the title back and sell it. It's a camper of mine, and I've used it so much. It's a great camper and everything, and I hope I get at least $5,000 back out of it. If not, oh well. I've honestly made $6,000 to $7,000 off of it through work, believe it or not, and that's kind of cool. But I wish I would have paid it off, and I didn't. So, anyways, I owe that. I want to sell it and get a smaller one, but I love my RV. I want a smaller one so I can pull it just about anywhere and with anything, have some options open. They're super nice. I would love to go to the coast with it and whatnot for a job. And I'm always working on the coast, like up in Monterey. That would be cool. And if I can figure out how to get work to pay for it. Anyway, so I've got an RV payment and student loans. That's all my debt. It's still a lot of money. These student loans are ridiculous. I finished college in 2006, people. I don't. This is like one of the biggest regrets I have in life right there. And I shouldn't even had student loan debt, to tell you the truth, but I managed to pull that off. So this is cool. These are all the. This is all the. I got a divorce in 2014, and this was kind of all the debt that I had from it. Um, that I paid off. I don't have the minivan in there, but it was, and that was a big portion. And my chart's a little messed up there, but this is kind of how it works. This is all the stuff I have paid off. I haven't. The key is I did bring on a new debt with that RV payment, unfortunately, but it was kind of my home, to believe it or not. It's kind of embarrassing, but it was my home. And it's still an option if I ever needed to because of my unstable personal life. But don't want to bring that into it. It's nice to have, though, and I definitely appreciate it. Um, Here's my monthly cost of my debt, and I love this number. I really do. Let's see, I have a history too. Like back in December 2014, after my divorce, I was paying $126 in interest. Works out to $421 a day. And then when I really got engaged back into the budget and everything and started watching it, I mean, I was always paying down my debt and I knew to, but I actually brought on that RV payment, so I'd be a lot lower, but it still, over time came down. But basically, last May I started at $90. Now I just broke under 70 per month. I'm at $2.32 a day. Uh, Anyways, I'm really big on tracking my debt, paying off my debt, and that's cool. If anyone's interested in this spreadsheet, I'm just like a insane person on this. Anyways, just wanted to go over that. That's where I get that debt number that you'll see in my portfolio all the time, right there. So those match. Anyhow, I'm gonna do that. Okay, so what else are we gonna talk about here? I want to talk about some of my favorite YouTubers real quick. And I am totally just into YouTube. There's a lot of given information out there, and it's pretty easy to figure out who the kind of who the jackwagons are and the people that got it right. And my main one of my biggest most important criteria before I watch a YouTuber is or I start following or get interested is in the concept of debt. Go back to debt. And if there's a person that endorses the concept of debt or using the debt, I pretty much turn them off. And that's how I rate my YouTubers, is on their view of debt, how they view debt. Because debt is not a tool. I can guarantee you that. No matter what you say, no matter what financial backing you have, what education you have on it, Dave Ramsey's right. I'm sorry. And people that don't have debt sleep better at night. Say what you want. So, anyhow, so I'm gonna rate them. Kind of the ones that I like right now, just to kind of get it on the record. But the one I'm watching a lot right now is probably an independent investor. What's his name? His name's Ryan. He's out of New York, and that guy's I can see people getting bored, and he has kind of a lower following, but I think it's a smart following. I think the people and he's got just fiercely loyal people in his group, and that's a cool thing to see. He's definitely got some camaraderie. He enjoys it. He genuinely enjoys it, and his principles are really good. He's a little into the dividends a little bit, but overall, he's got a lot of hard work. I think his net, I think his value is around between 300 and 400,000 portfolio, and that's outstanding to watch. And that's why I watch these people, is because they're obviously doing something right. A person that, now to take it down a notch, not to discount this person, but someone that's more at my level, just getting into investing. Even though I've been investing, it doesn't mean that I've been engaged in investing. But it would be, what's her name? Her name's Lydia Santiago, and I think she's actually following me on my Facebook, or not my Facebook, but my YouTube, and that's really cool. And I've talked to her a little bit. I've talked to all these people, by the way, either on YouTube or Facebook. So Lydia Santiago, I like her. She's got her crap together. And like I said, going back to my main criteria is debt. And I think she gets it too with that. I think I heard her mention something the other day that really turned me on, was the, getting her debt squared away and everything, and she gets it. So that's, I'm automatically all ears on that. And she just knows the insights. She knows the inner workings really well. and she's very, I mean, she knows the data she's looking at, and you know, she can recall it, and you could definitely tell there's a fire in her, there's a passion. Um, to do that on top of her regular life, busy life, is amazing. Um, so then I'm going to take it down to Ryan Scribner. Kid's really smart, really young, and not really young. I think he's 23 or 24, but just hands-on, knows his stuff, really good. He probably would have been a number two if he does. Okay, he does. He's kind of against it. He does, you know, go against it, but he uses it, and I just more than anything, I think it's he endorses what's that guy's name, Stefan or Graham Stephan. And Graham Stephan just makes my skin crawl. I can't stand watching the guy, and I really wish Ryan Scribner wouldn't have, you know, endorsed him. I get it; it might be a business thing or whatever, and they're trying to collaborate. But you know who else is collaborating with this Graham Stephan? Who everyone loves this Graham Stephan, and I get the flash and the pizzazz. Is Jeremy at Financial Education, and they're actually getting a they're having a what's it called an event in Vegas at Lake Las Vegas. You have to pay $299 to get into it, and guess what? I probably just because Jeremy's pretty entertaining, I probably would have went to that until I found until I got to watching Graham Stephan, and that's how I kind of came across him. But anyways, I'll get back to Jeremy in a bit. So after Scribner, I'm gonna go Jazz Wealth. Um, I probably should have gone Jazz Wealth before Scribner because I do watch Jazz Wealth quite a bit. A lot of people kind of give the guy crap on YouTube, and I think it's because he's a. Oh man, I'm at 16 minutes. I'm sorry. But anyways, I think they give him crap because he's making money. He is a financial advisor. You do have to pay him a commission, but he kind of knows what he's talking. And he's got some pretty good background. He deserves, you know, the what 20-30 bucks you might pay him a month. For that channel at least, for the information he puts on the channel, the knowledge. You watch his daily report show. I can't think what it's called. He's got two shows a day. He's got the Doe Show, and he's got the Closing Bell or something, and that's worth $30 a month, honestly, alone. So if you have a problem with that, I highly recommend Jazz Wealth for, if you're a passive investor, you don't have a clue on what you're getting into. He's a real safe bet. So, anyways, regardless of that, he's got good information. The reason why he's kind of lower on my list is because he promotes the concept of debt and does the whole bad debt and good debt concepts. And there is no good debt, Dustin. So sorry. And that's just my opinion. I doubt you're watching this, so it doesn't matter. So, going down the list, financial investors next, and Brent is his name, and he's pretty good to watch. He's, I think, getting into real estate a little too much, but he's really smart, and he knows the inner workings of stocks too, kind of like Lydia there. And I mean, Scribner knows his stuff too, and they all do. All these guys know him, so I don't know why I'm saying, oh, he really knows his inner workings. But yeah, Brent does a good job. I like watching him. He's leveraging debt in his real estate deals, and that just kind of gets me a little bit. I wish he wouldn't, but it sounds like he's got some capital to back it up. He's got some pretty good savings. My other one, I've got only two more. So PPC Ian, he's into dividends a little too much, but he's got some really good insight. But he focuses. These people get so focused on dividends, and like I say in my other video, it's a psychological thing. Dividends are psychological, honestly. All the stock is going to go up. Nobody's cashing out their dividends. If you're investing the amount of money you're investing, and you got 20, 30, 40 grand, to upwards to hundreds of grand in the stock market, you're not, you're not selling stock off. You're not. You don't need that income. You don't need that dividend income right now. You need it when you're 60, 70, and retiring. So I think people get a little too focused on dividends right now. I'm included. Yeah, I'm totally included, and it's motivational. So, but PPC kind of just focuses on. He's a little narrow on the dividends, and that's kind of what gets me there. But last but not least is Jeremy at Financial Education Channel. Um, Gosh dang, his passion's great, his drive, his motivation's great. The guy's just he stays up all night, I think, and just looks at stuff, and he's really motivated on what he does. He obviously has a great following, 250,000 people. Um, I don't think he always gets it right. I think he's going off on a tangent on some things, but he's been investing far longer than me, and is, I'm sure, far more profitable than me overall, unless there's things that you don't know about. But yeah, he gets a little emotional, I guess. I kind of like it's the edgy part of the of the game, where you got kind of a spectrum here. You're real conservative people at the top, no debt, down to your risk takers, and that's kind of where I'm going there. So, anyways, hey, we're wrapping up under 20. I didn't mean to go that long, guys, and if you're followed me this long, I appreciate it. Hopefully, I have better content next week. Meant to have it this week. Last but not least, I'm going to throw out my disclaimer in case my YouTube video is getting censored. Disclaimer is this video is not financial advice. I am not a licensed financial advisor. Please consult a licensed financial advisor if you are to get involved in the stock market with stock investing. All right, thanks, guys. We'll catch you on the flip side. Bye.